Let's go through the process of creating a new railing type. What I'd like to do is replace the two railings that we have here on this staircase with a new type that we've created. So let's start by selecting on either one of the railings, then select on Edit Type. Here in the Type Properties dialog box, where it has Type, I like to click and then select a railing which is most closely related to the type of railing that I want to create. In this case, this handrail-pipe is the closest option that we have, so let's select on handrail-pipe. Next, come over here to duplicate, and what we want to do is create a duplicate of this type of handrail that we can then modify. And instead of handrail-pipe, let's rename it to be handrail-pipe with extensions. Then click on OK. We can see that there's an option here for a top rail, and the top rail really is what it sounds like. It's the railing up at the top of the rail. Right now it's at a height of 3 foot, and I do like that 3 foot. Also, it has a circular shape, which is 1.5 inches. I also like that. If for some reason, though, if we wanted to adjust the overall height of the railing, this would be the location where we would adjust it. Also, if we wanted to adjust the shape up there at the top of the railing, this would be the location where we could do that. We could change it to be a rectangular shape, an elliptical shape, or any shape that we choose to draw. If we did decide to draw our own custom shape, what we would need to do is come up here to the big R, the Applications menu, create a new Revit family, find a profile family, draw in the shape that we'd like that handrail to be, load that into our project, and then that would be one of our options available to us for our top rail. Now the next thing I like to do is come up here to our rail structure and then select on the Edit button. Now railings are anything that go from left to right. And right now we can see that we have 5 railings associated with this type of railing. Now I really don't want to have 5 railings. I'd really only want to have 2 of them. So what I want to do is select on the number 3 here and then select on Delete. Delete and then Delete so that we only have 2 railings left. One of these can be at 2 foot and the other will be at 1 foot. For this top one, I'm going to change that to be 2 foot. And for the bottom railing, I'm going to choose that to be 1 foot. For the size and shape of these railings, if we click over here where we have our profile shapes, you can see that we have a variety of different sizes and shapes for these railings that we can choose from. Now I do like this circular handrail 1 inch, so I'll leave it at that. For the materials, this could be any material that shows up on our material list. Let's just leave it at by category. But realize that if we wanted to have a material assigned in this type of railing, we could do that now. Come down here and click on OK. Next thing I'd like to do is adjust my balusters. And the balusters are those pipes which are going straight up and down. If we select on the Edit button next to baluster placement, here we have our main baluster family. And it says baluster round 1 inch. Now this is probably a little bit thick for the kind of railing that we want to do. So come in here, click where it has the baluster round 1 inch, and then change it to be baluster round 3/4 of an inch. And instead of placement of every 4 feet have a new baluster, I want to have a new baluster every 4 inches. This will be the primary thing that keeps us from falling between each of these posts and the railing. So after putting in the 4 inches, come down here to our posts. And we have an option for our start post, our end post, and our corner posts. And I want to make adjustments to our start post and our end post so that we have extensions here at the end of our family. So where we have the baluster round, click the little down arrow there. And now this is our start post. So scroll down toward the bottom and then find our post round with extension start and highlight it. For the end post, click there, click the arrow, scroll down. Once again, find post. This time, since it's the end post, let's pick the post round with extension end 1 inch. For the corner post, let's go through the same process. Select there, scroll down, and I'd like to pick this baluster round 2 inches. This is a little bit more substantial for a corner post, and I just think that it'll look good. Now that we've done all those things, come down here and click on OK. Everything seems to be okay, so let's click on OK one more time. And now let's take a look at our new handrail. Here we can see we have our rails at the 2-foot mark and the 1-foot mark. Each of our balusters every 4 inches. And here is the start post and end post with the extensions on the end. And now if we want to swap out the railing on the other side with this kind of railing, we can do that. Simply select on the railing, come over here to our type selector list, find the handrail pipe with extensions in order to swap out that kind of railing with our new railing family. There's a little known function in Revit which allows us to make modifications to the top rail. What I like to do is zoom into this railing over on the right-hand side by spinning the wheel of the mouse. Don't click on the railing, just touch the railing up here at the top near the circular shape. Then select the Tab key on the keyboard. After clicking on Tab, you should be able to highlight the top rail. Then click on that top rail. Once it's turned blue, select on Edit Rail. Now what we can do is modify the path of this top rail. To do that, select on Edit Path. Then pick on Line. Click the endpoint of this purple line. Then draw a line straight out, 1 foot, 6 inches. Draw down 1 foot. Click, come back to your railing, and then click. And you'll notice that that rail is now following that path all the way on around. But before we click on the big green check mark, there's one other thing that I like to do. We have another command here called Edit Rail Joins. And if you select on Edit Rail Joins, what I'd like to do is round off this edge and this edge. To achieve that, with Edit Rail Joins selected, move your cursor down here until that little box shows up right here at the intersection of this blue line and this blue line. Click at that spot. You'll know you've selected it when it shows up as an X. And then you'll have an option where it says By Type. You can either miter it, which brings it to a corner like it currently is, or you can set a fillet for it. Change that to fillet. And for the radius, I'd like to give this a 4-inch radius. Click out here. If you zoom in, you'll see that we now have a 4-inch radius from here coming down to here. For the bottom one, I'd like a smaller radius. I'd like it to just be a 3-inch radius. So make sure that Edit Rail Joins is selected. Come down here to its intersection, click. Change that to fillet. And for the radius, make that a 3-inch radius. And then come down here. Click in this area. You'll see that it has rounded it off. And if you click on the big green check mark now, and click on it one more time, you'll now see that we have a new extension here at the top of our staircase. Comes around, rounds itself off, and comes around to here again. And we could do the same thing down here at the other end of our railing if we so wished. All you would need to do is come over here, hit the Tab key, click on that top rail, and then go through the process of editing that rail's properties.